Trade in Stellaris has gone through a huge change, meaning trade builds of the past, where you heavily lean into trade, are pretty much dead in the water. Or are they? In this video, I'm going to see if I can get a trade build to work, and it hurts even more for me, as I loved old trade builds, as you can tell by the amount of videos I have of them. However, I may have found a strong contender for a great trade build, may even rival the trade builds of 3.14. I'm going to walk through it and show you how to get the best out of this empire and trade. Let's get into the video. So here we are with the Krusty Krab, significantly different to our trade Krusty Krab build from 6 months ago. Because trade is now a resource, we can't play as the ring world or habitat and then just use random planets to produce us trade, because now we would get less trade. So we have gone Megacorp to start with, which gives us trade from jobs, and it also lets us build branch offices, which have also changed in 4.0. We will get onto that when we get to it. We're also going with worker cooperative, which I think is very, very strong. Now we do get a high consumer good upkeep, but that's going to be fine. The main thing is mutual aid, which will turn 70% of our trade into energy, minerals, food, and unity. Meaning we don't really need to build any of those resources, we just need to spam trade. This self-synergizes with biological ships, which use food. You can see where this is going. We don't need to worry about unity and stuff like that. We also get steward jobs, which make trade. And then newly with a lot of civics is if we build a certain corporate building, it will give us more trade and add 200 traders to our capital, which is going to be insane. Now the modifiers, I don't really care too much about. We get more egalitarian F extraction, whatever. And pop demotion time, yeah, this doesn't matter. It's mainly for mutual aid. Now we're combining this with masterful crafters because artificers give us more consumer goods, but they also produce us trade, which self-synergizes with worker cooperative. More consumer good upkeep, solved by masterful crafters. We then obviously gone fanatic xenophile because we get 20% more trade from jobs. And egalitarian, I think we needed for worker cooperative. Get a bit more specialist output too, which traders are. Because corporate is tall, because of the empire size, we've gone ocean paradise, which means we get a huge world and one that we can expand, but we don't get any guaranteed worlds. We also have to take aquatic, which means we get less housing usage on ocean worlds, we get more ocean habitability, and we get 10% more job efficiency on ocean worlds. However, housing usage and habitability on non-wet worlds is negative. We can also take the hydrocentric ascension perk, which amplifies the effect. We're just going to want to settle on ocean worlds and potentially terraform them. Intelligent for more tech, because of course, and then thrifty for more traders, then unruly, more empire size, and then psychological infertility, because we won't be going to war. It's of course my standard settings: Grand Admiral, mid-game scaling, a bit faster growth, less tech costs, and mid-game at year 50. Let us get into it and try and make trade work. It's mad how much we've actually had to change the build from before, but I feel like this could go mental. At the start, we are on mercantile, giving us 10% monthly trade, which is very nice. And our trade policy is on mutual aid, giving us 30% of our collected trade into energy, minerals, food, and unity, which is already giving us 20 to each pretty much, but only 10 on unity. So we get more in the food, minerals, and energy, but that's fine. Now we're going to want to get some techs going, so the workshops are usually really good. Unity's also nice, but since trade's going to scale that, let's go for science and more science. We're going to want to absolutely find some planets. So let's send our science ship to explore and then split our fleet and put one of the juvenile maulers to go and explore. Now, annoyingly, we don't have many trade capabilities except for building commercial zones. We desperately need to find someone, which also will help with sending that science ship out. We may as well build a science ship to start with as well. And I'm going to spend some of our trade on more minerals. And I found 2 worlds straight away. Holy moly. That's very lucky. We can't inhabit them yet. We got a tomb world and a tundra world, but for the future, that will be very nice. Let's not actually hire scientists yet. Unity production is going to be hard at the start, and we definitely need to go mercantile. Mercantile will reduce trader upkeep, but also increase trade by a bunch. So let's grab that. And because we have 1.6 thousand civilians, the corporate culture site is going to be great because civilians will grant us extra effects based on our ethics. And because we're xenophile, we're going to get trade. So let's do that because trade means every other resource, including unity. So I won't mind if I do. Now I'll get scientists. Maybe it didn't matter. I'll start saving these and then constructing here because it costs food to do that because we're biological. This should go really well together. I think the sleeper combo is going to be mutual aid giving us food, which we can then make into star bases and ships. Now what's cool is I believe megacorps can put corporate offices on other megacorps. So it's very nice. Very, very nice. Adaptive shareholder schemes is different to normal with worker cooperative. This usually gives you different policies but because we're locked into mutual aid, we don't get it. But pops with employee ownership living standard plus 5% happiness and resource from jobs, which is really nice. I believe that's what we're on, yes. We either have employee ownership or utopian abundance. However, is utopian not just really good early game here to give us a boost in science and unity? I'm going to switch to it because all employee ownership is doing at the minute is 15% efficiency for civilians, whereas Utopian will give us science and unity, and the 5% resource from jobs is nice later on, but for the first 10 years, I think Utopian abundance is better, and then we'll go down the left here, because now we're actually producing 30 tech here, and 9 unity. That's going to help a bunch. We are negative on consumer goods, but we can just build a Sage district, which will build us alloys and science and unity. Corporate culture site's about to go down, so we're getting 117 trade. Oh, what? Yeah, our number, we're 92 food, 62 energy. What? That's insane. We're going to grab monthly unity in our agenda just because it's very nice to get through some early traditions here. I just need to find someone, please. We should also make sure our first content is proactive. It was, so that's all good. We can get 10% more trade. Don't mind if I do. That's just going to boost everything. Fanatic, Xenophobe, Fallen Empire. That's not a great start. Now market fees reduced. And we also get 10% monthly trade, which is going to see everything go up. Now, essential picks are quite important on this Aquatic and Megacorp, really. Universal transactions are really good to reduce branch office cap, and commercial packs can be proposed, but we haven't found anyone or even started it. Hydrocentric is also going to be really good, but we need terrestrial sculpting. So it's just research speed. That's just what it is. I'm sorry. We're just going to keep building city districts to just get all the jobs up. Now, we're not actually producing many trading jobs, but we don't need to at the minute. We just need the science and stuff. Look at our resources. I should also probably look if we have an official that gives trade. We don't, because we will be just trying to spam trade later on. And since we have so many excess resources, we can start upgrading star bases like I pretty much always do. It's always very good. Also putting fortify the border on for more star base capacity and quicker upgrade, because we can change buildings to actually produce as resources. Now, our food's actually very fine. We do not need more food. I mean, we could sell it. I guess really I should be buying the maximum alloys and the maximum consumer goods and then selling this energy. Like, it doesn't really matter. You can see the maximum in my Discord, actually 64 max, but I'll only sell 54. And the max buy of consumer goods is 21. This is why I always check. That's before inflation kicks in, so you're going to be constantly buying at a decent rate. And to be honest, we can sell a bit of food. And food's not going to hurt. Let's build a Hydro Bay. Next tradition, honestly, a bit of a tough one. Diplomacy could help by giving us stuff that's going to make people like us, basically. But prosperity is always very good. I have to go prosperity. Considering resources from job applies to trade, I have to do it. Can't help it. And what we can also do is build trade hubs. So these are going to give us a base of 8, but because we have 2 plus 10%, it's almost at 10. And that trade's then going to be converted to energy, food, minerals, and unity. You can see where this is going. We don't want to play too tall, but what we do have, we want to optimize the hell out of. There's also 2 worlds over there and 2 worlds down there. And I think going that way is quicker. But once we establish ourselves some borders, then we can just become a megacorp across the galaxy and get so much going. Now we get materials workshop. These are really good because we get +1 research per engineer. It's very, very good to get. I might do the same with the trade hubs in this starbase. Maximum resources. We are not going to worry about resources. And essentially, the only resources we're going to need is a little bit of alloys, a little bit of consumer goods, and research, because trade is giving us everything else. It's ridiculous. We found an empire. Great. They are near these planets. Maybe we can get them before them. Who knows? We'll try. Please be nice. Oh, another person, maybe? Yep, that looks like another empire. Ah, yes. I don't know how this military ship has found no one. Ah, our military ship found someone and immediately died. I believe that's probably a pirate. Good thing we have another juvenile that we can send off and die. Let's hire someone else. Now, it is a bit sad, like, I'm not fully focusing on trade, like in the old trade builds. Like, all I'm doing is spamming city districts just to get basically the jobs we don't get from mutual aid. It would be interesting maybe do a trade build that's not doing this, but I feel like this is the best way. Okay, we finally get factions. We'll just promote both of them. This will be good source of science, and we can soon switch off Utopian Abundance. We only have 700 civilians left, so I think it's worthwhile doing that, as we can now get that extra bonus to production, which is probably now better from adaptive shareholder schemes. We found some pirates. Yeah, I did manage to snipe these planets. But they're gonna love us and they're gonna let us do megacorp stuff with them, hopefully. And we did find a trade governor. I feel like we definitely will want that. But how much trade are we even producing? Quite a lot, to be fair, and you're only reducing crime, so we may as well do that. Prosperity is now done. Do I hold the Ascension perk or do I grab one vision for even more unity? Because if we go cybernization, we can get more trade again, but the branch office cost, oh, I don't know. I feel like universal transactions is a must. I'm going it. I'm not going to play yet, but we are making contact with a lot of people now. Okay, we're going to need a lot of influence. I probably should have done this earlier, but to get influence, we can use power projection. We can just make an empty ship that's really cheap and it will fill that power projection, which is based off your naval capacity coverage. We have the resources for it and we're just not paying alloys because we have no components and we have so much food. I mean, to be fair, we also have quite a bit of alloys. We have everything. We just need more tech, honestly. Like if I destroyed the mix industry for a research thing, would that be smart? Probably not. Yeah, we found a Federation builder Xenophile pacifist. Hello. Let's be best friends.
Oh, friend.
Improve relations with you. I need a commercial pact immediately. Do I go diplomacy now? Honestly, maybe. Yeah, can't get federations and we don't really care about the trade feds too much. Like trade fed will help with our trade, but we can't go the cool trade fed policy because we have mutual aid. Found someone else, a fanatic xenophobe materialist. Maybe we can fix them. We will improve. Found someone else, a pacifist fanatic spiritualist, the worst empire ever. I don't know how they slip through the cracks of being spawned in the game. They are usually for my achievement videos. Whoops. Arc furnace. Wow. That early. Embassies give unity. Yeah, because we have a few of those going. I think it's worth turning this archive into tech. We don't need the unity from it, really. Honestly, we have so many resources. Why don't I just give away some minerals? So they like us more, and then we can do a commercial pack. Oh, it's so close. Would you like some minerals? I give minerals to everyone. They'll do an embassy at least. We are over naval cap at the minute. That's fine. We're getting clone bats too. Oh, this is gonna go crazy, hopefully. Okay, we can get that commercial pact. They have a 53 energy capital. They have so many planets in a cluster, what the heck? Now we have a commercial pact. We can come over to their planet and click holdings, and then there's established branch office. This will cost energy and influence because we have universal transactions. It goes down by 15%. When we establish it, we will get the trade income. I don't know what it's based on. Let's see. Let's click. It's based on what they're producing trade. So they're producing 104 and it's half for some reason. No idea why. But then we actually get a building slot, which we can only build one of now. Planet limit of one. But they all do random stuff. So the amusing complex will give them entertainer jobs and give them more trade. And then to get trade 0.5 per 100 workers on the planet. And that's different for every single thing here. So before I would always build the commercials for them because it would be the only thing that buffed up trade. But now other things do different things. So it actually tells you, so the amusement megaplex actually gives way more trade because they're working entertainers, I think. I don't even know, because this food one, they obviously don't have food because they're a lithoid, whatever it is, Terravore. I can't remember what it's called. Not Terravore. The gnomes. No, not the gnomes. The miner people. I don't even know.
Rock and stone, brother.
So like the mineral one actually gives 11.5% because they have that many. Now, I don't remember if it gives us resources. Before, if I built a private research enterprise, it would give me the tech, but I'm not sure if it gives it to them now and I just get the trade value, which is very interesting. Now with worker co-op, for every corporate embassy, which I don't think we've unlocked, we'd get 200 traders on our capital. Yeah, we don't have that yet. With Masterful Crafters, virtual entertainment studios would give us that. Do we have those? We do at the bottom. That is a hefty amount of trade as well. Let's build that. Does it give us consumer goods? We'll find out. We will definitely find out. We can also build on their other planets, but they're all quite small, so we'll hold off on that. We definitely want to establish on every empire that we find's capital first. Now we can take the improving off the Kaluki and find other people. But this trade that we're collecting is also giving us minerals, energy, food. Yeah, it's mental. So this holding is producing for us consumer goods. Yeah, it does. And it gives more trade. What the heck? Because we're also getting 62 trade. What? Wait, so in theory, we could actually get rid of consumer goods production and just do research here. A real possibility is contact speed. Yeah. And now we can also get clone vats, which work at the same time as robot assembly. So we're just going to get a bunch of pops. I do believe being the first person to actually make first contact gives us influence. So spamming out first contacts and being really on top of it will just greatly help us. All right, we almost can make a megacorp on here. They suck though because they are the worst empire ever. Oh, whoops. We'll also get more building slots when they upgrade their capital, which would be quite nice. And someone else. Oh, they're all like kind of friendly, you know.
Best friends forever and ever.
Establish that embassy, send over an envoy, and then give them minerals because we have so many minerals. Okay, we can do that commercial pact, and on bad we can do the embassy. And honestly, all we need at the minute is tech, so I'm going to do that private tech thingy, and maybe it'll help them with tech as well. You can also tab through, so if we click on the capital, we can tab through and see all the planets quick. They're all really small. We don't really want to waste too much there yet. We want to get established on every empire that we can see first. But we can do a communication active sent to link, see if they've actually found anyone that we haven't. Probably not, but always worth checking. We're now on a research enclave, so we're getting 30 per job instead of 20. And I'm just going to keep spamming city districts and we can get that commercial pact. Again, these are not that good planets, but it will help. Now we're getting 7 from each category for that research building. Very nice. Let's go in your capital and do the same. The tech early game is going to help a bunch, and we found someone else. Improve, and we actually don't have many minerals left over. Another commercial pact. Again, not the best capitals you guys are having here with trade. The first one we found was the best. That is fine. Oh, these buildings cost influence. I didn't even realize that. We definitely want to build some more empty ships so we can get some more influence going. The tech one costs so much more. This is why we saved the influence and didn't just go on random planets though, because I think you need at least one upgrade of the reassembled ship shelter before you can actually build any planets there. Max on consumer goods. I've been buying them the whole time. And we found a blood forest. Oh no. Well, hopefully people can deal with them. We'll declare rivalry for a bit of influence since they're a devouring hive. We're not going to be able to do much about them. Artisan troop is perfect. They will give us a vent that can give us more influence for energy, and we're fine on resources. Completely fine. And diplomacy is now finished. Now, I know I said flesh is weak is good, but I've never tried a biomorphosis raid build. I think cloning looks to be the best based on the megacorp empire thingy. We get free from jobs from clone vats plus 10%, and we can just spam clones, which would be civilians because we won't have enough jobs for them. And they'll give us trade from the monument. Let's do that. Clone all the crabs. In terms of the first stage, the first tradition, I don't really care about the leader there. Genomic growth, pop-up keep amenity usage, organic growth, that's pretty good. However, the habitability. I don't know how this works with aquatic though. It's basically mutation. Our habitability can go up to 200%, and every 10% over 100%, we get more job efficiency, less housing usage, less amenity usage, but we're aquatic. So we already get ocean plus 20%. Let's go it, and then we can go cloning on the other ones. Genomic research facilities. Almost 3 years in, we're doing pretty well. Like, we could have built up a massive fleet and taken over someone. But I'm playing peaceful. I just need terraforming. We have a bunch of planets in our borders, but I don't want to inhabit them because they'll suck. Oh, they've upgraded their capital, so we get another holding. Basically, do we go for a higher percent to the trade, or do we just go for science? Now, because this is such a big trade value, I think we go for the percent, which is 11% from commercial forum. I think that's the play. The rest, we can just go for resources that we want. Influence event, yes. We can also build mining support for better output for our engineers. I think we have to go for that because we don't need the minerals, really. That's just going to give us more engineer jobs and more engineer output, but more mineral upkeep for engineers, which is fine. Okay, do we focus on purity, cloning, mutation again? Habitability. Oh, this is quite good though for the habitability. We need to go cloning last then. Yeah, we will have to go cloning last. Now we can actually start building arc furnaces, which we could have done a while ago. Dyson swarms to get our economy going even more. Very nice, very nice.
Very good, very nice.
Commercial pack down here. Branch office is too expensive. Not for long. We build 2 here again. The trade is dreadful. No one wants to trade. Then we found a bunch more people. Wow, we found a lot of people. Misty Incorporated, you sound like you want to be incorporated. I accidentally might have just clicked not to join the galactic community by accident. Oops. Unfortunately, with robots and hive minds, we can't do commercial packs, so they're just going to be an L. We have maxed our alloys. What can I spend alloys on? Ah, yes. Star bases. Let's upgrade all those. No, they want to give us modification. I don't care if we displease you. I don't want it. Last time I did that, we got an awful trait. No, thank you. Memento Moria here. Oh, did not expect them to be there. I thought I could expand here at my free will. Oh well. Yeah, you are definitely getting research. I guess as a second slot, we should just give ourselves 200 capital jobs. Why not? We'll do that everywhere that there's a second building. So we're gonna actually start building up a fleet because maybe we can go and peacefully vassalize. We just need fleet power, so people are scared of us to do that. I don't have any fleet power because they were all empty. Union Bears can now get a commercial pack. They have a 70 on Ugrim, so that's not their capital. The capital's only producing 20 trade, but Ugrim here is producing 149. I will happily take that. And I just want more science. I probably shouldn't. Commercial forum gives 16% more. No, we have to do that. And then we're going to be upgrading our star bases. We do have Off-World Trading Company, which gives 2 trade per trade hub. And we're going to have 4 on there. It's essentially another trade hub. Trade goes bare. We're at plus 236. We could do a nebula firing, but it's so much better to do the hub, I think. Minerals come from that trade. We are too weak to survive on our own. Will the Krusty Krab protect us if we become your subject? Yeah, sure. Well, that was easy. I mean, they do suck, but hey, a vassal's a vassal. Mystery Incorporated can be commercial pacted, and I haven't joined the Galactic community. I forgot to do that. Form the Galactic market, yes, please. And there's Bethesda. We will improve with Bethesda. They are a megacorp, but maybe we can do some shenanigans with that. And we got Galactic Parasites. Luckily, we upgraded our ships, so that should fall. Yeah, we are fine. And that did stop our Dyson Swarm being built. That is great. Thank you, game. No, Bethesda's here. Damn it. They took one of the people that we wanted. Okay, we need to be smart then about where we expand to. We need to go cloning here, otherwise we can't pick cloning, which is the point. Okay, this empire has a commercial pact with Bethesda. We can't let them do that. Yeah, Bethesda are already here. No, that's very annoying. They're so far away, it's going to be hard to actually go kill them. And I haven't got terraforming yet. Damn it. We can get a commercial pact with Bethesda. Can we do? We can. Oh, you have a big trade world. We can live harmoniously in this galaxy. Krusty Krab and Bethesda taking the profits. Are they dying? They are dying. Bethesda's dying. I was literally just about to build stuff there. What the heck? Okay, we can go cloning. Yay. Clones. Okay, let's see what mutagenic does to our species here. So we're now mutagenic, but also have aquatic. Our habitability is 115%. So we are getting bonuses from that immediately, and we've not kind of min-maxed it at all. The issue is we haven't had terraforming tech, the biggest L. So Professor and now a vassal of 00 Onion. I would really like how we did get the Dyson Swarm. The biggest issue I'm having is that we have every resource, right? This is so easy. Our tech's just a lack in a bit. So I'm just going to make a research enclave, and consumer goods will crash. Alloys will probably crash, but we should get a lot of tech, which means we can then eventually get terraforming. Please give us terraforming. Civic choice is very good because we can take the one that buffs the tech corp building, which is Dark Consortium, I think, or maybe you have to have that on game start. Maybe I've messed that up. I just have so much trade. It's absurd. I'll just buy stuff. I don't even know. We can nominate for Galactic Market. Yes, that's exactly what we want. Does it cost influence though? Fleet. No. I don't have influence, damn it. Okay, our economy has crashed. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We don't have rare resources. That's a bit of an issue. This is the play to try and get terraforming. It had to be done. We doubled our tech, basically. Shadow Corporation needs dark matter drawing tech if you want to take it later in the game. But this would give us 200 traders from each private research enterprise. I think it's the only one that does that. That would have been good. Decentralized R&D would do it as well and give us tech. But we can't have a fanatic trait. Unlucky, we only have 2 factions. Oh, weather exploitation gives it to us. We might have to. Or we build a bunch of commercial forums, get more trade. But trade's not an issue with trading ports. We're going weather exploitation, I think, unless there's another one that can do it. Or free traders would give us branch office value and trade per traders up. Wait, we're not using artisans anymore. We get rid of that. We get free traders. Yes, we just need the unity now. This is the one. The Civic does nothing really for us because I don't care about storms. But we should get a bunch of traders on our capital. We also do have holdings in us from Bethesda. Thank you for that. I still don't get terraforming. Research speed. Commercial pact effectiveness is pretty good since we have one with everyone. Physicist output, sure, and probably improve relations. I think that should buff us up a bunch. Yeah, we're at 1k trade. 1,200 here. We have 1.8k traders on our capital, and we have no trade buildings. It's all because we built private research enterprises everywhere we could. Excellent. Still no terraforming. And we also have civilians giving us some trade. And we can finally try and give ourselves... Where has decisions gone? Am I blind? Oh, it's now back there. Okay. We can nominate ourselves. We have a strong rating. If we get this, we'll get market discount. Base of 30% fee. We'll get minus 10% from mercantile. So hopefully we can get that. And then buying stuff's fine. Like, it doesn't matter that we're this negative consumer goods because we have so much of everything else. Mentomori is preparing to kill us. We are equivalent. Our Mauler fleets are pretty good. So I wouldn't try that if I were you.
Don't try it.
How did I not get the market? Ugh, wasted influence for no reason. Yeah, we can create template. Probably worth to get rid of unruly. Robust is probably insane because the habitability just pairs so well. That's all we could afford. Unless we keep unruly. Nah, I think it's worth just adding robust and get rid of unruly, to be honest. Set as default and then make you integrate into them. How did I just go negative in food? It might be because my naval cap is trash. Oh my gosh, the luck of no stupid terraforming. I mean, I don't even need to terraform that because I have 65% minimum habitability. Colonizer size 20 to start producing consumer goods and rare resources and alloys, I think. I mean, if we're doing that, we may as well get one consumer good world and one alloy world. Cloning is finished. We now get trade from jobs from clone vats, 10%, and we get backup clones. And we can get 4 clone vats on this planet. We're gonna have to replace some stuff. We're up to 2k science. Literally, my capital is only producing science and trade and a bit of unity. A trade federation? Go on then. So I can actually go to Trade League, but everything is coming from mutual aid. However, as we level up, we'll just get monthly trade. So Trade Leagues are actually quite nice. Oh my gosh, terraforming finally. Oh, I didn't go hydrocentric. That's going to boost us so much. Now I also want to start terraforming into ocean worlds everywhere. Honestly, let's hold out on colonizing until we terraform. Let's avoid wind plague, great. They're going to ravage my profits. No. Got 12.5% trade from jobs and 5% monthly consumer goods from an event. That is very, very nice. Now we just need to fix the consumer goods a little bit. Oh, I did not realize we were at war. We'll come and help then, I guess. Okay, with 2 consumer good worlds on the way, we can actually start making commercial nexuses. So we can spam our trade even more, even though our trade is very, very good. Could even go more tech, but consumer goods is still an issue. We are winning this war. They're just so split. It's very annoying. So corporate embassies also give us traders on our capital. We've just unlocked those, so we will build those everywhere. I'm just very rich now. I can finally expand our planet. But we got 75 years in. Our economy's insane. We could push the tech more now that we fix our consumer goods. If we got terraforming earlier, this would have gone more mental. Trade is good, especially with work cooperative, especially with the amount of free trader jobs you get. It's ridiculous. Like, this planet is insane because we just have so many branch offices that are giving us trader jobs and resources. No, it's good. It's just very different. Now, if you enjoyed this video, check out me testing cloaking only because they did add it to transports, so we can potentially completely annihilate another empire. Look at now.